I'm the review who loves to say son of a bitch. The same review who hates most Nintendo shit. I'm the one who calls games what they are. I even own a 360 and hate Gears of War. Guy who spends his money on games, fucking cars. Just a funny guy who became a YouTube star.
A late review is still a review, and I finally got a chance to get to play Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway. Now, trust me, when it comes to World War II or shooting games, I'm a little worried that it'll be just another shooter just like every other World War II game or just shooter in general. Luckily, we get a little something different with Brothers in Arms. So if you want to know why this game is different than every other shooter out there, well, you gotta watch the rest of the review to find out. The story of Brothers in Arms is a community of games that follow each other. So you have the first two, which were on the PC and the Xbox. And if you really need to get into the story, like know everything, you got to play those two first. Because they have a bunch of characters, a bunch of scenes that are very, in-depth, and you need to know what happened. Or, if you play this game, they give you a little sum up in the very beginning of what's happening, who was killed, who is still alive, the significant parts of each and every one of their lives. It does a pretty good job of wrapping that all up. In the game itself, in this game, I think that it has great characters, memorable places, characters, story, and to actually like the characters, I need some kind of good voice acting, and safe to say the voice acting is pretty good. There's maybe one or two voices I think should have just been left out of the game, but overall the voice acting is well done. And that makes the characters great and the story very moving and just altogether one of the best stories in a shooter ever created.
Damn miracle.
So much had happened, and we were just getting started.
In the graphics department, this game has more positives than negatives, but let me hit up the negatives real fast. The models sometimes look a bit weird and they can use some more work, and occasionally you get a frame rate problem and you'll see a little stuttering. But if you can get past that, what this game does do great is great explosions. The expression on these soldiers' faces look real and almost like you're watching actors do it half the time. And the best thing about the graphics is very well done atmosphere. You feel like you're in the war. You feel like you see these guys' fucking heads fly off and legs just pop off and blood spraying everywhere. The explosions going off. The atmosphere is so well done that goddamn it, Call of Duty, take some fucking notes. The gameplay, well, this one I feel is almost balanced. There are more positives here too, but just not as much as the graphics or story. Let me hit up the good. The cool tactic feel of this gameplay, first of all, it's a first person but also third person. What I mean by that is if you played Rainbow Six Vegas, you have the idea. When you're actually moving, it's first person when you're shooting and everything, but it's third person when you're hiding behind cover and so on. So there's a really cool thing in that, and I really do like that kind of feel. Also the tactics feel where you control other units. Instead of controlling just two other guys, sometimes you'll be controlling up to three whole, unit groups, and that can contain up to 4 people. So you're controlling a lot and everything, and you use them to suppress fire and, distract the enemy while you go around and kill them. So that really works well, and you can tell them where to go, you show them and everything. The slow motion finishers, like when you shoot and you get a headshot, it'll slow down as I'm showing right now, and you'll see the blood spray everywhere. It's beautiful, and I love that because it's so gritty, and the feel of the game is just great. The tank is the fucking shit, okay? It is one of the most fun tanks to use. I never got stuck in a building. It never glitched or got frozen or anything. It's just so fun to just ride, run over people, shoot them as they're running across the field like whatever the hell Nazis say, "Alakazoo!" and you just shooting the shit out of them, or just blowing shit up with the tank missile. Oh, it's just awesome. And overall, it's just a bloody as hell game, and that's just another plus in my opinion because it's so gritty, just like the World War II. The negatives really are there's just too few guns. There's just not enough in this game. I wish there were more, basically using the same 3 guns throughout the whole game, and if you actually do use the pistol, it's just not a very fun pistol to use. Now the controls could use some work, like how it's set up. Sometimes I'm clicking I think I'm clicking the button to hide behind cover, instead I'm clicking the button to throw a grenade, then I get shot and die. Talking about getting shot and die, this isn't Call of Duty. You can't just run out and kill everything. 1 or 2 shots and you're down. You're dead. You're fucked, to put it blunt. So you will have to hide a lot. You will have to wait for them to stick their head out and get a headshot if you have good aim, and so on and so on. So this game can be a little hard at times, but I'm telling you, with all the plus features, it's still a fun game. It just has a few faults that I wish that can be fixed for the next game. Overall, this game has a lot of cool features, and it makes it a fun and different game than I would normally play. It just feels gritty and actually like war, and not some overhyped graphics bullshit. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The game is actually pretty long. It's not a 4-hour campaign either. We get a good 10 to 15 hours of gameplay, especially if you die a lot or you like to, you know, use tactics. It can take a long time to beat. It's not a short game. It has a, you know, a story with it. It's not just go kill this guy. No, you have these characters you care for. You don't want to die, and it's just overall really well, and it leaves you off with wanting a sequel. Definitely, you want a sequel for this type of game. I say the multiplayer is just the weak aspect of this game and was an afterthought. And you know, normally for a shooter I'd care because shooters are competitive, but when the story is so well done and the atmosphere is so well done and it's just fun to actually shoot Nazis' heads off, it's altogether a very fun game with a few faults, but a sequel is needed. Now go shoot some Nazis.